The Arizona Cardinals won their first game of the post-Carson Palmer era last week against Detroit, but now the Cardinals start the meat of their NFC West schedule, starting with a game Sunday at Seattle. The Cardinals surely won't be intimidated by big, bad CenturyLink Field, nor the Seahawks, who lost last week at Kansas City. But here's the challenge facing the Cardinals as they try to pull away in their division. Can Drew Stanton and the Cardinals offense keep playing safe football? The Seahawks thrive at creating turnovers at home, so the key for Arizona on Sunday will be ball security. Keep the ball in the hands of Stanton, Andre Ellington, Larry Fitzgerald, and keep it away from Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas. Cleveland Browns wide receiver Josh Gordon will make his debut on Sunday after serving a 10-game suspension for repeated violations of the drug policy. The Browns say they will be cautious with Gordon upon his return and are trying to downplay the impact Gordon will have on their offense. But Gordon, even if he doesn't play every snap Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons, is a game changer who could rejuvenate a sluggish Cleveland offense. The Browns have no other weapon even close to Gordon on their roster, and former Browns receiver Nate Burleson told me recently that just having Gordon on the field will force opposing defenses to change the way they game plan against Brian Hoyer and company. How will Robert Griffin respond to significant criticism from his head coach? After Griffin, the Redskins quarterback, was critical of his teammates after last week's loss to Tampa Bay, Jay Gruden told his quarterback to worry about himself. And right now, Griffin has plenty of things in his own game to focus on. Maybe the Redskins thought that getting Griffin back in their lineup would resurrect their season, but the fact is their offense is still struggling. And playing at San Francisco this week sounds like a very bad place to try to get their offense back on track. The Niners have a stout run defense and improving pass rush thanks to the return of Aldon Smith and an opportunistic secondary led by cornerback Parrish Cox, who has 4 interceptions. That sounds like a really big challenge facing Robert Griffin and the Redskins offense this week. The Denver Broncos finally return home after a disappointing 3-game road trip that included losses to New England and St. Louis. Though the Broncos are 7-3, they find themselves facing a crucial game against the Miami Dolphins, a game that they likely must win to avoid falling a game behind Kansas City in the AFC West. To do it, the Broncos must get their offense back on track, and the biggest issue has been the lack of the running game and a poor play from their offensive line. And now they're going to have to try to fix it against a Dolphins team that's tied for 3rd in the NFL with 30 sacks. The New England Patriots have shown in recent weeks that they can be a dominant passing offense with Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and Julian Edelman, as well as a mauling running game with the emergence of running back Jonas Gray, who had 4 touchdowns last week. But now they will face their biggest test of the season against the Detroit Lions' #1 ranked defense. Though the Lions are coming off a loss to Arizona last week, they are holding teams to just 290 yards per game, the only team that's keeping opponents under 300 yards, and just 15.6 points per game. But something tells me that the Patriots are the team that's going to break the Lions streak as the Patriots continue their march to the #1 seed in the AFC.